David had always been the kind of guy who could make anyone laugh, until his wife, Lily, passed away unexpectedly. Suddenly, his world lost its punchline, and the once vibrant man became the kind who would cry into his cereal. The laughter that had always been his way of coping with life felt like a cruel joke now. What bothered him even more was the nagging question, is she somewhere? Or is this just it? David, normally a skeptic of anything too woo-woo, found himself in front of the monk's retreat, a place his friend insisted would offer him peace. Or at least a laugh. And maybe that was what he needed, someone who could mix wisdom with humor, like Lily used to. The monk, sitting cross-legged under a tree that looked older than time itself, smiled as David approached. "Ah, David," the monk said, almost as if they had met before. "You look like a man in need of both a good cry and a good laugh." David plopped down beside him, rubbing his eyes. "Monk, I've lost my wife. Lily. It's been months, and I still don't know what to believe. Is there anything at all after this life? Does she exist somewhere, laughing at my terrible attempts to cook dinner?" The monk chuckled warmly. "First, let me assure you, no one's laughing at your cooking. But Lily, well, let me explain. The afterlife isn't some grim, ghostly place where we just float around looking miserable. It's more like a reunion, one with a guest list that keeps growing." David blinked. "A reunion? Imagine a cosmic family barbecue," the monk said, raising an eyebrow. "But instead of grilled hot dogs, it's love and laughter on the menu. And no, there are no bad potato salads or awkward conversations with that one cousin. It's where spirits unite, where connections deepen. And yes, Lily is there, probably cracking jokes about your cooking." David cracked a smile for the first time in days. "So you're saying she's not gone?" "Gone? No, my friend, she's just upgraded her existence. Think of it like this, you know how old TVs used to be black and white, then suddenly everything's in Technicolor? Well, death's kind of like that. You don't stop watching the show, you just see it differently. And Lily's still very much tuned in." David let out a deep sigh. "But I don't feel her around. She was everything to me. What am I supposed to do now?" The monk tilted his head, thinking for a moment. "Ah, yes. This is the tricky part. See, you're too focused on trying to feel her in some grand, supernatural way. But the truth is, she's in the little things. She's in the smell of coffee in the morning, in the way the sun hits your window at 3 p.m., in the song that pops up randomly on your playlist. Lily's spirit is woven into the everyday stuff. It's like she's giving you a wink from the cosmos." David laughed. "So, she's haunting me with Spotify?" "In a manner of speaking, yes. Spirits don't always knock on your door wearing a bedsheet, David. Sometimes, they just nudge you into remembering them with love, joy, and even a little humor." The monk paused, then added with a grin, "But if she does knock, maybe offer her a snack. The afterlife can make you hungry." David chuckled, but his brow furrowed again. "But What if I'm just imagining it all? I mean, I want to believe she's there, but I don't know. The monk raised an eyebrow, looking serious for a moment. Tell me, David, do you believe in Wi-Fi? David blinked. What? Wi-Fi? Of course, who doesn't? And yet, can you see it? David shifted uncomfortably. Well, no. But I know it's there. I can feel it when I check my emails or stream something. Exactly. Just because you can't see the signal doesn't mean it's not there. The same goes for Lily. You can't see her, but you can feel her if you just pay attention to the right signals. And I promise, the afterlife has a much better connection than your home router. David chuckled. So Lily's Wi-Fi is stronger than mine, huh? Figures. The monk smiled. Indeed, her connection's perfect. And guess what? She's just waiting for you to log in. David fell silent for a moment, taking it all in. But what if I don't feel her? What if I mess up the connection somehow? The monk laughed heartily. You can't mess it up. The connection's already there. It's built on years of love, laughter, and shared memories. Lily's spirit is with you, whether you notice or not. The only thing you need to do is stop refreshing the page every 5 seconds, expecting some grand sign. Trust me, she's there. David wiped away a tear, feeling lighter for the first time since Lily's death. Thank you, monk. I think I get it now. It's about trusting that connection, right? Exactly. And don't forget to laugh. Lily wouldn't want you sitting around moping forever. She's up there, probably making fun of you for wearing mismatched socks. David smiled, a warm feeling spreading through him. You know, she would. As David stood to leave, the monk's voice followed him. And remember, David, when your time comes, it's not the end. It's just the beginning of a new cosmic adventure, with Lily waiting for you, probably with a sarcastic quip or two. David chuckled as he walked away, feeling lighter than he had in months. He didn't have all the answers, but maybe that was the point. Life, and the afterlife, was a mystery meant to be lived, not solved. The monk watched David depart, smiling to himself. Another soul comforted, another mind open to the simple truth: connection transcends all things, life, death, and even Wi-Fi. And for the monk, life wasn't about providing all the answers. Sometimes, it was about sharing a laugh, offering a little wisdom, and reminding people that no matter how serious things seemed, the universe always had a sense of humor.
This story is taken from the book by Primate Philosopher, Nick. For more such stories, feel free to read it. It's live on Amazon and the link is in the description.